Good day everyone. In this video, we are encouraging people to persuade them in disaster risk preparedness. Do you remember the last heavy storm you stepped in your foot in? How about the last ground shakes you feel? What if right this moment your nape hairs start to stand and eerie feeling chug your stomach as you sense a disaster coming up? Ask yourselves, am I ready? Do I know what to do in case something hits? Do you? For the past century, our home, our earth, had experienced too much as the wrath of nature continuously engulfs our ignorant, clueless, naive minds. Cultural disaster drastically increased worldwide. The floods, droughts, typhoons, earthquakes, and fires may continue to wreak havoc in poor and vulnerable communities, causing hundreds of thousands of deaths, damage to infrastructure, and billions of money in economic loss globally each year. Our human abilities are minimal to stop and hinder these tragedies, but our preparedness will bring a great help to us as disaster strikes.
During typhoon, evacuate immediately and calmly. If there's an order from your local government unit or if you live near a body of water or mountain slides, to avoid flash floods and landslides, close all windows and switch off your main power supply. Make a plan for staying in touch with your family during a typhoon. Before typhoon, your priorities should be securing enough food and drinking water for everyone in the household for at least 3 days. After typhoon, check for injured or trapped people without putting yourself in danger. Watch out for flooding, which can happen after a typhoon. Do not attempt to drive in flooding water. Stay away from standing water. It may be electrically charged from underground or down power line. What to do before, during, and after a typhoon. Before a typhoon, first, have a disaster plan. Second, board up windows. Third, know where all the evacuation routes are. Fourth, prepare a disaster supply kit for your home and car. Fifth, have enough food and water for at least 3 days, including a first aid kit. Sixth, have some cash handy. Banks and ATMs may be temporarily closed. 7. Make sure your car is filled with gasoline. During a typhoon, stay away from low-lying and flooding-prone areas. Second, leave mobile homes and go to a shelter. Third, if your home is not on higher ground, go to a shelter. After a typhoon, check for injured or trapped people without putting yourself in danger. Second, watch out for flooding which can happen after a typhoon. Third, do not attempt to drive in flooding water. Fourth, stay away from standing water. It may be electrically charged from underground or down power lines. And lastly, don't drink tap water until officials say it's safe to do so. And that's all. Thank you.
These are the things that we need to do before, during, and after the fire. The key is to staying safe is to prepare and to have an emergency plan in place. Install smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your home. Test the alarms in every month and replace the batteries twice a year. And daylight saving time. If you are a tenant, test evacuation plan with your landlord and neighbors. If you live in high-rise, know how to evacuate the building, use stairs instead of the elevators. Make sure everyone knows where the fire extinguisher are kept. And these are the things that we need to do during fire. Stop, drop, and roll. If your in family's clothes catch on fire, always stay with your family and pets and keep your disaster safety kit on hand and remain calm and evacuate immediately. Drive at regular speeds with windows rolled up and headlights on. And after fire, Call 911 and let friends and family know you're safe. People and animals that they are seriously injured or burned should be transported to professional medical or veterinary help immediately. Stay out of fire-damaged homes until local fire authorities say it's safe to re-enter.
Flood preparation. Before a flood, we must first be alert, second, assemble disaster supplies. Third, be prepared to evacuate. Fourth, review your family disaster plan. Fifth, protect your property. During a flood, we must first be alert. Don't drive unless you have to. If you must drive, travel with care. Third, never drive through flooded roadways. Fourth, get to high ground, climb to safety. Fifth, evacuate immediately if you think you are at risk or are advised to do so. Sixth, never try to walk or swim through flowing water. 7. Shut off the electricity at the circuit breakers if someone falls in or is trapped in flood water. After a flood, we must first wait until it is safe to return. Second, travel with care. Third, if a building was flooded, check for safety before entering. Fourth, use extreme caution when entering buildings. Fifth, take pictures or damage. 7. Get professional help. And 8. Your home is no longer a safe place. Then 9. When making repairs, protect your property from future flooded damage. And that's all. Thank you.
Your preparedness for a typhoon extends until after the storm. You still have to watch out for any risks or dangers even when the worst is over. According to the Red Cross, it's crucial to be self-reliant during the first 3 days following a disaster. This is when water, electricity, and communication lines are usually non-existent. Here's a checklist of a safety precaution you can refer to during the aftermath of a typhoon in the Philippines. First, leave the evacuation area only when the authorities declare that it's safe to return home. Second, if your home was ruined by the typhoon, check first if it's safe and stable before entering. Third, watch out for live wires or outlets submerged in water. Fourth, don't plug in and use appliances and other electrical devices that have been flooded. Fifth, remove water that has accumulated in containers, cans, tires, and pots to keep mosquitoes from breeding. 6. Report any damaged electric posts and cables to the authorities. 7. Inspect your vehicle for any damage caused by flooding. Lastly, keep monitoring the news for any new typhoon in the Philippines.